This video will explore how to create consistent and effective key messages in an email campaign. The goals of this video are to demonstrate the process of creating consistent and effective key messages, and to demonstrate how to optimize content before publishing the content to save time and money. Optimizing content allows content creators to use insight and analysis to create more effective campaigns. In this way, audiences can be targeted with special messages. This video will demonstrate the process by going through an example email campaign created for Relay for Life, the American Cancer Society's signature event that takes place annually in thousands of communities across the globe. First step, completing research. In order to create an effective key message, you should ask yourself these valuable questions before beginning anything. What is the primary goal of this campaign? Is there a secondary goal of this campaign? Who is the intended audience? In my Relay for Life example, the primary goal I identified was to engage the James Madison community more effectively, both gaining new participants for this year's Relay for Life and retaining participants from past year's Relay for Life events. A secondary goal was to raise money for the American Cancer Society through these participants. The audience was James Madison University college students. Step 2. Gather additional research. Additional research is always helpful in identifying the best ways to reach the target audience. I chose to research the background of the American Cancer Society organization, as well as the Relay for Life event, the mission statement of the organization, common phrases that showed up on the American Cancer Society website, and useful phrases and phrases to avoid. These can also be described as positive messages or negative messages that you do not want to convey. The next step is to choose a style for your campaign to be written in. The two styles that I chose to compare were narration style and inverted pyramid style. The narration style is akin to telling a story. This style is more about emotion and personal experience. The inverted pyramid style is more engaging and direct. The punchline is at the beginning, and it then delves into details, finally finishing with a call to action. After choosing what styles you want your content to be written in, you then need to develop the content. Keep in mind with both of these contents you are ultimately trying to have people open your email and respond to your call to action. It is helpful to keep your goals in mind while writing. Remember to clearly state what you want to do, why it is rewarding, and why the reader should take that action or respond to your call to action. I will now show you my first attempt at the narration style and my first attempt at the inverted pyramid style. This is my first attempt at a narration style email. As you can see, using our Relay for Life system, the name of the reader will be automatically inserted. So if it is sent to a John Doe, it will say, "Dear John." I then went into an attempt at a personal communication, and in this I was trying to get at the fact that everyone knows someone with cancer, and luckily the American Cancer Society and the Relay for Life event is raising money to help beat cancer and help these people in their fight against cancer. This is my first attempt at an inverted pyramid style email. As you can see, this email is much more direct. It gets at the first point that research saves lives. All of the money that is being raised is going towards finding a cure for cancer. So a lot of that is going towards research. The other part is going towards people who are undergoing treatment right now, which is why I then included the statistic about how many Americans are diagnosed with cancer each year and how much of the population cancer really affects. This raises the issue of where money is going and why it is worthwhile to donate to Relay for Life, or why it is worthwhile to join in this cause. So the next step is to run an analysis on the content. My analysis was run by Visualmatics, and out of all of the report types, these were the ones that I chose. So first I chose content reports for both styles, and this content report includes many things, some of which being the readability, the common phrases that are in the email campaign, and this could be a list of 1-word, 2-word, 3-word, or 4-word phrases. It also will look at Step 5 is to run an analysis on the content. Out of all of the types of reports that are offered by Visualmatics, these were the ones I chose to run. I chose a content report both for narration and inverted pyramid. These reports cover readability, which includes the reading level or grade level at which it is written. The most common phrases, either 2, 3, or 4-word phrases. I also chose a comparative report, and this will compare the narration and inverted pyramid. It will take a word cloud, which looks at which words overlap and the messages that are overlapping in the two. My hope in running this report was that you could see a large correlation between the two emails. Even though they were different styles, I still wanted to get the same message across, so I was really hoping that a lot of these words and phrases would overlap. I chose a sentiment report. That way you could see if there's negative or positive messages. Since cancer is a very touchy subject, I was really hoping for more positive messages than negative messages. You're trying to inspire people to join your cause, to donate, not to scare them away. Lastly, I chose comparative reports that compared the styles of the emails to the mission statement. And again, I was hoping for a lot of overlap with both the phrases and the messages, positive and negative. Step 6 is to reflect upon the analysis on both the strengths and weaknesses of each style. So I will now show you the reports that came back of each style, and we can discuss the strengths and weaknesses that were found. Here is the content report from my original narration style email. As you can see, it first goes into readability, reading ease, and grade level. Although here it says that my grade level was 8 to 9, which would be appropriate since this was targeted at college students, the Flesch-Kincaid level went all the way up to age 16, which is cutting it a little close as college students go into college at 17 or 18, and you usually want to keep your readability level at a lower grade level. Again, the grade and age level was a little bit high here, so in my next version I know that this is a weakness that I need to work on. And reading level can be lowered easily by shortening sentences and using shorter words, just making it more simple. Here's my word cloud, and what I do notice as a strength is that cancer is right there in the middle, which is obviously the main point of my campaign, and it is the main point of the campaign of the American Cancer Society and Relay for Life as well, to eradicate cancer. However, what I did notice that was bad is I don't see hope or positive messages in this word cloud. So that is also a weakness. As you can see here, the expressions and phrases, there are none that really look like a catchphrase. This is another weakness that could be worked on. And this list goes on. Here we have the inverted pyramid style content report, and we're going to start at the same place at readability. So here we have grade level 8 to 9 again, but here the Flesch-Kincaid level goes even higher up to grade 13 and age 18. So this could be predicted because there are more dense research words, there's statistics, it makes it a little bit harder. This is not surprising, however, still something that needs to be worked on. And again, grade level 12 and age 17 is a little high. This word cloud also has cancer in the middle, American Cancer Society. It does have the positive message highlighted as win right here, join, and battle, which are good positive messages. However, it does not seem to have the same overlapping messages as the narration style email. And again, there's no hope, there's no cure, there's no really strong positive messages that are popping up as prevalent in this campaign. So that will be something that I can work on, and something that the lists of words, the 2-word phrases, 3-word phrases, 4- and 5-word phrases are useful for is being able to see which phrases are popping up and which you can make into almost a tagline that can be used across the board. So this will be something that I work on for my next revision of these reports. Next, I will show you the comparative report between the narration style and the mission statement. And here's the word cloud of words. So as you can see, the mission statement has a lot more positive words: advocacy, service, cancer saving, health, community-based. These are all ideas that I had wanted to get across, but according to this word cloud, did not. And following will be the commonalities between the two. As you can see, the only words that come across in both are American Cancer Society. This is a large weakness of my narration style email. I would really like in my next version for it to get a lot closer to the mission statement. And here's the inverted pyramid versus the mission statement, and I think you're going to notice a similar pattern here. There's a lot more positive messages in the American Cancer Society mission statement. Although the inverted pyramid style does have a few more, in that it has win and join, which are positive messages. It does have survivors. There is no dominant positive message. See how small this font is compared to this one. And the commonalities here now include lives and research, although not a prevalent message again. So this is something I will have to work on for version 2. So the next step is to revise the content, capitalize on all those strengths and weaknesses we just talked about. This can be done by revisiting your goals, the mission statement, and the positive and negative messages you have listed. Here is the second version of my narration style email. As you can see, I kept the Dear name to keep it personalized, and a lot of the same messages. However, this time I focused on keeping them more positive. I did use words like hope and cure more in the emails to get that positive message. I also tried to focus on the phrase, find a cure. As you can see, I used it here and here. and then fight for a cure, which is a variation down here, and lastly down here. This really, I'm hoping, will bring up the positive tone of this message. Here is the second version of the inverted pyramid style. Here is the second version of the inverted pyramid style email. As you can see, I took out the sentence about Americans being killed by cancer, as that is a very negative message. Again, I tried to put cure and find a cure for cancer, in this email. As you can see, it is down here as well, and down here. Again, I was really hoping that this would help bring up the positive tone of the message. Positive and negative tones were the large focus of my revision. Although the grade level was a little high, I'm figuring that since they are college students, that would not be my primary focus in revision, but rather getting across those positive messages to increase engagement. So the next step is to run the second version through the analysis process again. The reports that I chose were the content reports, a comparative report, and the sentiment report. So all of these will be comparing the new versions to each other, the new sentiments and the new content. None of this includes anything from the old content. So here's the new inverted pyramid style content report. And as you can see, our word cloud has grown to include a lot more positive words and a lot of larger words, which means that there's more prevalent messages. Together is now included. Cure is highlighted right next to cancer. Closer, help, lives. These are all positive messages that are now included. And here's the narration style version 2 content report. Similarly to the inverted pyramid style, you can see that a lot more positive messages are included. Find, help, cure, keep, hope, together, join, alive. These are all very positive words, and they are now included, which will be great for our overall outcome of this campaign. Here's the comparison between the narration version 2 and inverted pyramid version 2. It's a little hard to see here, but there are a lot more common messages. Right next to cancer is now cure. We do have alive in both, together, team, closer, join, help, life. Again, cure down here. This is really great. This means that a lot of our messages are now synced up, and a lot of our messages have become a lot more positive. Although you could continue revising and editing almost endlessly, you have to make your cutoff. In the beginning of my project, I chose that I was only going to do 2 different versions and just stem from there. With a more advanced campaign, you might want to do 3. However, for this, 2 was quite sufficient. So the last step is to finalize your campaign and send it to your target audience. It's from here that you can track and see if your engagement really did work. If not, it might be time to revisit who you think your target audience is and what motivates them. However, doing a process as lengthy as this should help your engagement no matter what. Really thinking through messages and making purposeful choices in the words you use will help anyone. I I hope this presentation has helped you create more meaningful and effective key messages. Good luck!